Well, I'm looking at unit number 4 out here for systems that are not working in air conditioning mode at this commercial site. This one I started digging into, and I basically have kind of already dug into this a little bit, but on this capacitor you can see it's all swelled up. So I instantly knew that at least had a bad dual capacitor. Next on the list, I always like to check, I ohm out the compressor just to kind of make sure that when the capacitor failed, the compressor didn't go with it. Another thing that kind of led me to leaning to that as well is I did not have any line voltage to this unit. So I checked the fuses. Fuses were good. I had no power coming in from the breaker. So that kind of instantly got me thinking short to ground as well. Because a lot of times when the internal motor windings on a compressor fails and it shorts out to ground, it'll trip a breaker. So I pulled it all apart and I started ohming these out, my leads. This one was on my capacitor and these two come off the contactor. I started ohming them out, and as soon as I basically ohmed them out to ground, I had continuity, so I knew I had short to ground. This one was pretty quick and simple to figure out at least what was wrong. Obviously the repair is a lot more hefty. Even though this unit looks newer, it's actually an older R22 system. So with that being said, I mean, we're going to recommend replacing the system to a newer system, just since this R22 is getting so hard to get and find and crazy expensive. So like I said, I have short to ground. We usually do if we did do the repair, we'd do the compressor and start components, so contactors, filter dryers, capacitors. We usually do that as a kit whenever we do a compressor, but most likely we're going to kind of talk to them about replacing the whole system, and we'll see what they want to do. Obviously in the end it's up to the customer. But yeah, unfortunately this one I was on a roll. The last 3 I was able to fix and get going, but this one is not going to be anything I can do today. So if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and thank you for watching. And last, I'm just going to I did add a little note in there just so guys will see why it's off. If another technician comes out and looks at this thing, they kind of get a jump start on what's going on.